11:30, talking dirty to this little birdie. I'm trying to get mine early, I can't be seen with your girlie.
Hey, what's up my fellow nerds? Welcome to my monthly series that has become a bi-monthly series where I talk about some of the collectibles, shows, YouTube videos, anything really that I liked in the past couple of months. Of course, starting with the the collectibles. And there were quite a few that I really liked in September and October that I picked up. Not everything I talk about was released during these months. It's just when I acquired them myself. Starting with this Ed and Ein Pocket Pop. Really, it's a cool one, right, for a keychain because she's on the scooter. But it's so tiny and they got the details so perfect on this. Look at Ein. Super small, looks super good. And the paint, I gotta say, is cleaner on this Pocket Pop than a lot of full-size pops. Just a really cool Pocket Pop. I've also been getting super lucky with the Tokidoki Chasers. And from the Boozy Besties line, I got this agave, which is tequila. And it looks really cool. I'm not sure exactly how rare the Tokidoki Chasers are, but they're pretty hard to get. So when you do get one, it's really an awesome feeling, super lucky, and yeah, I really like this one. This is from the Boozy Besties line. And another chaser I got that I haven't shared on my channel yet because I opened them off camera is this, I believe it's called Phoenix from Series 11. And it's inspired by like Magical Girl anime or like, you know, Sailor Moon. So you see like the anime style eyes there, the wand. And yeah, it's not my favorite from Series 11, but it is the rare chaser. So of course I would want to get it. And yeah, it looks great in person. Super lucky to get this one as well. Now on to the Funko Pops. Starting with this Roger Rabbit Pop. He came out really good. I think of the NYCC Pops I ordered after seeing them in person, I think this Roger Rabbit is my favorite one. I didn't get too many, that's why I didn't make a video. But I have the original Jessica Rabbit, so I'm glad I got this one now to pair them up. Because I missed out on the original Roger Rabbit, got too expensive, and I just never got it. So I'm glad they made this one, and he is way improved over the original. He just looks good. Even the box art is pretty good. But I did get a little damage on mine. I don't know about you guys, but ordering from the Funko shop, the actual official Funko shop, hasn't been too great for me lately. Lots of damage, missing pops, kind of annoying. Their customer service is pretty terrible. But beside that, I think the pop itself is really good. And this Snoop Dogg with the red hat and the glasses looks so good in person. The pictures don't do it justice. I'm going to take it out of the box so we can get a better look. But check out D-O-double-G here. They did a good job with this microphone. The way it's sculpted, it does make it look like it's diamonds. I mean, it would have been really great if they could have figured out a way to glitter that maybe, or I don't know, maybe it's too small for little plastic, like clear plastic pieces to simulate diamonds, but with the way it's sculpted and painted, it does make it look like it's not just, you know, a little plastic piece painted silver. They did a good job. I like that they did a glossy down here. And they did glossy for the coat. What would have put this over the top, and honestly maybe one of the best pops of the year, if they would have gone all out and flocked the fur coat. Maybe they'll do an exclusive. I hope not. I hate that double dipping. They're doing it too much. But if the coat would have been flocked and then maybe up the price of this pop itself to like maybe $13, $14, I wouldn't have minded to have that flock coat. But it looks good nonetheless. The hair sculpting is good. The paint job is good on these two. Didn't see too much sloppiness on any of the ones I have seen. But yeah, it came out good. And they also didn't just paint the sunglasses black. That actually is like a smoky clear piece there for the lenses. Really good job on this Snoop. I also think that this mini on the Prince Charming Regal carousel horse here is pretty underrated. It's heavy, it's large. I'm surprised Funko didn't get greedy and put this in like a deluxe box, because they probably could have, because some of those deluxes aren't as nice as this one. Lots of detail. And she looks great in person. Not sure how long this one's gonna last, but I wouldn't be surprised if this maybe doesn't become a future grail, but once it's harder to find, it might go up in price just because of how detailed that is. And, you know, 50th anniversary stuff, pretty popular. I also really liked this new Sabine Wren that they made. The original is really good, really colorful. And this one's different enough from that one to have them both, and it doesn't just look like you have a slight variation of the same character. Very nice display stand here, flying. Really like the colors on this one. She came out good. Not a big fan of this sticker maybe, and the whole pink color scheme to make it look like, oh, look at this one's just for girls. That's a small nitpick maybe, and maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. Except for this Amazon sticker is pretty ugly too. I kind of wish these stickers just weren't on it so I can just appreciate the pop a little bit more. I also really like all of the Kuromis that they're putting out. There's 3 of them now, and I think all 3 of them are different, colorful, really cool representations of the character. But this one with Baku is pretty cool. Definitely a nice present for a goth girl in your life. And the last pop I want to talk about is the Sir Mix-a-Lot. I really like when Funko or any company doesn't shy away from making the pop true to what it is, because, oh, maybe that won't be good for kids or whatever, right? But kids ain't buying Sir Mix-a-Lot. So I'm glad that they went in and actually had him standing on the butt. My only complaint is that the butt should be at least twice as big as that. That's kind of small. Although I guess if you compare that to like a butt on a pop, that is big, but should be bigger. Butts can't get big enough. And similar to Snoop, they did a great job on the glasses. Paint job is good. The ring looks good. Very tiny details on that. Yeah, excellent pop. Now moving on to some YouTube videos that I highly recommend. First one being Grown Kids TV's video called 6 Pros and Cons of Funko NFTs. They've been getting them since the very beginning. I would go so far as to call them experts on Funko NFTs. And they don't shy away from telling you the actual financial reality, the benefits and the pitfalls. Excellent video. I'll link it in the description. I also liked the Internet Historian's Man in Cave video. I like all his videos. I think they're some of the best content on YouTube. Very influential. And his newest one, Man in Cave, was like riveting. Really well done on a little piece of history that I had no idea about. So I learned something new. Very interesting video. I'll also link that in the description below. And the last YouTube thing I want to recommend is a channel, not a video, because it's more of like an ASMR, calming, kind of relaxing type of channel. And that is Kaiteki Art. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I found the videos where they are painting with a glass pen. Pretty fascinating. Very talented artist. Go check them out if you're into that kind of video. Moving on to some streaming shows. The finale of House of the Dragon was awesome. They didn't fumble it. It was good all the way through. I don't know if it's better than season 1 of Game of Thrones, but I enjoyed it more. It got going a lot faster and hooked me a lot faster than the first season of Game of Thrones. And I look forward to where it's going to go from here. Also on HBO, I liked Station 11. I'm not hearing too many people talk about it. It's a post-apocalyptic show, which is something I like, but it's not like Mad Max or anything like that. It's a very different take on a post-apocalyptic world, almost where like instead of all the evil people kind of winning and surviving, the good people do. But there's much more to it than that. Of course, there's conflict and struggle. And it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it was very different, very original. And the episodes focus on different characters. So of course, some of the episodes are a lot stronger than others, but I found it to be pretty good all the way through with a satisfying ending. So if you like things that wrap up, that's another plus for Station 11. And on Disney Plus, I am absolutely loving Andor. Now, I haven't been shy about my hatred for some of the new Star Wars stuff. I like The Mandalorian. I didn't like Boba Fett. I didn't like Obi-Wan that much. It started out okay, but then it just got, I don't know, kind of terrible towards the end. I know people like the lightsaber fights and all that, but I don't need to see all that. I don't need to see references or things that appear to be designed to sell merchandise to get me excited. Andor isn't like that at all. Andor actually seems like a real show that you would see on HBO. It doesn't rely on cameos or lightsabers or anything like that. It's just a super solid story, very tense scenes, great acting, and honestly, the Empire has never seemed scarier than it does in Andor. In Andor, the Empire really does seem scary. It's not just, oh, cool, look at the bad guys. No, they're scary. They remind me of, like, the government in 1984. So what I'm saying is, if you haven't watched Andor because you're kind of disappointed with some of the new Star Wars stuff, like those terrible movies, the Han Solo was terrible, Andor's not like that. Highly recommended, maybe my favorite piece of Star Wars media of the Disney era. And finally, I want to talk about one movie that's not this great piece of cinema, right? But Barbarian genuinely creeped me out. I'm not one to actually feel any emotion really when I'm watching horror movies. It's very rare that I actually feel unnerved, but I did with Barbarian. A lot of the stuff doesn't make sense, but it doesn't matter. I think it's more about the atmosphere with Barbarian. And I think some of the shortcomings plot-wise, since it's a modern movie, people tend to forgive that less. Like, if this was a movie from the 70s or the 80s, right, and it's like a cult classic, you would forgive all the stuff that kind of doesn't make sense just because it's done so well. And there's even a couple of parts that really cracked me up. Like, you know the trope where the main character is gonna go into someplace they really shouldn't go, and they don't have proper motivation to do that? The motivation they found for one of the characters to go into, you know, the spooky house they shouldn't go into was so funny. Like, I really have never seen anything like that in a horror movie. It really cracked me up, and it actually made sense for the character. If you've seen it, I think you know what I'm talking about. If you're into horror movies, check out Barbarian. Alright guys, so that's what I liked in September and October. I know some of you guys recommended some stuff last time, and I'm going to go through those comments again. I just haven't had too much time on my hands, but I do appreciate your recommendations. Go ahead and give me some more here. Or let me know what Funko Pops you've liked lately. Alright, thanks for watching and take it easy.